folks. My name is Jonathan Kirk. I'm with the Kirk Home Group of Northrop Realty, and I have a very special guest from Real Estate, the owner and founder, Randy Lynn Randall. Randy, welcome.
Thank you.
Glad to have you today.
I'm glad to be here.
So, Randy, why don't you tell us quickly, what do you do when you get a call from me to stage a property to sell? When I say, hey, here's 123 Main Street, my seller would like the property staged, what is your process on how you get that started?
So the process in which that happens is after you call me, we will do a site visit with our team. And when we do a site visit for the team, we're looking for a few key pieces of information when we're at the house. The first thing is we do take a look at the exterior to make sure the curb appeal is up to where it needs to go. And if it's not a good first impression, what we'll do is we'll reach back out to you or the owner and be like, hey, we need some mulch.
Right.
We might need to do some power washing. So once we do a site visit and look at the exterior, when we're inside, we're looking for a few key things. The first is the layout. So we want to know, is it an open layout? Is it more of a compact, traditional type of layout? We're also looking at the style of the home. So is it a modern home or is it a little bit more traditional? We look at the finishes, the granites, the flooring stain, and then the biggest thing is the paint color. The paint that's chosen on the walls really helps us indicate what our base pieces that we bring in need to look like. We don't want anything to clash.
Right.
So if we have an all white wall, all white room, it's way easier. But when we get into those more custom colors, we
Right.
really have to make sure that we're selecting grays that go with whatever is on the wall.
So how do you determine whether or not to leave certain elements of the furniture that's there, if it looks good, versus kind of going over, hey, maybe we should replace this and stage that? Like, how do you kind of approach that?
So one of the things we pride ourselves in is letting the clients know everything. So whether we pretty much give them 100% what we would do to get your house sold for the most money in the quickest time. Here's our list and here are our priorities. However, there are budgets involved, and that's part of the thing we have to work with too. So one of the biggest things we look for is occupied clients. They have two options. The first option is for us to go through and help them decide what to keep, what we can use, or they can get rid of everything and we'll do a full stage. Now for the clients that it's more budget friendly and their items there's some things that we can use, we're able to use those items for them. The biggest thing is functionality. So, I don't know, do you have like a big oversized couch in your basement or
Yes.
living room? Right. So that's comfort, right? So in staging, we love comfort, but it doesn't always show as well.
Right.
So what we want to do is make sure everything is to scale in the property, because if you have that big oversized love seat that you and your dog will never leave for, games or whatever, it just doesn't show well in photography, as well as it may just be too bulky for clients to walk through.
How did you, when you walked into 2924 East Northern Parkway, and folks, this is a huge open concept. It was about
Massive house.
1,725 square feet above grade, and it was just wide open, no separating walls. What did you think when you walked in there on how to stage that property?
So when we did this site visit, this is actually a crazy story. So we did this site visit and we came up with, we wanted to do a floating sofa. So a lot of times when we have a statement fireplace in the center of the room, if you float a sofa to face the fireplace, and then you have two chairs that flank the fireplace, it really anchors the space.
Wow.
So when we were walking through, we're like, this is what we're gonna do, it's gonna look great, right? So we also did a custom dining table for that house too.
Yes.
It was like a 7-foot long.
Yes.
It was huge. So anyway, we get back to the warehouse, we start prepping, and we stage a week later. Well, we get into the house, we stage exactly how I thought it was going to look, and we were like, no, it's just not going to work. It felt too closed off. So I told the guys, our moving team, I'm like, all right, we need to go back to the warehouse and get the matching sofa to this one. And
wow.
we were there for like 4 hours, but we changed our entire layout once we got everything in the space. And yeah, it turned out really well.
And I didn't even know about that.
Yeah.
That's amazing. This is the first time I'm hearing about that. So that's just
Yeah.
an example, a testament to the service that you provide.
Yes.
No phone calls were made. You just thought it wasn't right, so you did what had to be done to
Yeah.
get it right. It's amazing. bringing me to another one where, we sometimes will specialize in selling houses that did not sell the first time around
Yes.
for various reasons. So you came into that one at 20 Andrew Place. I mean, that was probably one of the more stunning staging jobs I've seen you do. We were able to sell that one within a week or two after being on the market with multiple offers as well. When you walked into that property, how did you decide to stage that one?
I noticed that the room shot very small. And so one of the things that we had to do is really show what we can actually get in that space, but still make it functional and not feel, overpacked or stuffed or out of scale. And I know the Otterbein houses really well. We do a ton of staging in them, so we know what scale of furniture to be able to use because we do them all the time.
Yeah.
So when we did that, the palette was so fun to work with. So we actually, Otterbein kind of has a very different buyer profile. So we were able to do a little bit more color in there. Usually I do a lot of monochromatic colors. Well, this one we were able to use the blue.
Yes.
And the reason why I used the blue is because I thought the navy really made the fireplace pop. And so we brought it in. We were able to get a full set in there. We did 2 accent chairs and a sofa. And I don't know. I think buyers that walk through, they really could see what they could get in that space. It really wasn't that small once you were able to get the right scale of furniture in there. So they didn't have to suffer the amount of seating because they had, 5 places to sit right in that space when you walked in. So I think it turned out obviously turned out really well.
Yeah, it's so fairly quick. I mean, we could go on and on. There's a long list of properties that we've done together. The bottom line is, folks, staging a home to sell, staging a home for sale is the way to go if you want to sell your property for top dollar in today's shifting market. On average, staged properties will sell for 17% more money, 50% faster. So if you want more money, you want to sell your property faster, Randy Lynn Randall at Real Staged, that's the one to call, guys. Thank you so much for stopping by, and feel free to let us know if you have any questions. Randy, what's the best way to contact you if these folks have any questions or they want to get their home staged by you?
Yes, you can visit our website at realestage.com, or you can give us a shout at 443-832-9978.
If you're looking to buy or sell in the Baltimore, Maryland, or surrounding areas, feel free to call me, 443-928-4550, or visit www.kirkhomegroup.com.